Good morning, everybody. It's Colton. Welcome back to the Mile 17 podcast. I am hopping on today to really just talk to you about why I decided to take a break. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of like hop on and just like update you on why I took a break from the podcast. I took about 2 weeks off and really I took 2 weeks off from posting things as far as like the Mile 17 podcast because what I realized was happening is I was like constantly like rushing to get an episode released and I felt like it wasn't something that I felt good about and authentic and what I really wanted to be releasing. Like I was kind of hopping on to get an episode out just to get one released. And that's not to say that the topics that I was talking about were things that I wasn't passionate about or things that I didn't want to talk about it, but I felt like I wasn't giving them the time and space that they deserved because I'm just so busy. My life is busy. And when I come on here to release an episode, if I'm coming to this with energy of like rushing and just getting something out to like have an episode produced, like that's not what this is about. That's not what I want. I don't want something released just to like be a placeholder, I guess is a kind of a good way to put it. And so I really took a good look at the show and the purpose of what I'm doing. And I thought, okay, I'm just going to take a break. I'm going to take a couple weeks and kind of get some things batched and some things ready to go. So that way I'm ahead. Like I have episodes batched and ready and I'm not constantly feeling like I have to like, on that one day that I have off that I have to get an episode produced because like that may be a day that I'm exhausted, I'm tired, I don't have the energy to really get on here and do this. And then it's not good. Like the content just kind of sucks. And that's really where I felt I was getting to. Like that I was like, this sucks. Like, why would anybody want to watch this? Because it was just not authentic, not something that I wanted to produce into the world. So I took the time, chilled out, took a second, and I think that what now I'm producing, I'm loving the conversations. I'm loving the people that are coming on, willing to share their stories, willing to share the vulnerable parts of themselves that make them who they are, because that's so important. That's how we all connect as humans, and to realize that we're not alone is connecting through story and shared experiences. And I'm learning that, like, even like I've had, people on that came from the same hometown that I grew up in, and we all had different experiences even within that tiny little town. And everybody, branches off, does their own thing. And I'm just so passionate and curious about people that I've, interacted with throughout my whole life, whether that be high school, college, when I was living in Phoenix, when I was living in Flagstaff, since I've been in Boston, just like people from like all over the place, people that I only know from the internet. Like it's just so interesting to just hear people's perspectives, and we all can learn from each other. Like we all can take little things and be like, "Oh, I never thought of it that way." Or, when I'm doing an interview, or I don't even like to call it an interview. I hate calling it an interview actually, because interviews feel like scary and intimidating. And when I think of like a job interview, like it's like stress inducing. Like I try to make this more of just like a conversation. Like this isn't something that like you have to show up to and be like super stressed out about. Like it's a conversation. We're just like a couple people chilling, hanging out. Let's just like chat back and forth like we're having a cup of coffee. And even on these solo episodes, that's how I feel. I want to like exude that into the audience, into the people that are listening to this, is just like grab a cup of coffee, grab some tea, grab some water, like whatever, your lunch, and just like let's just chat. Let's just like kind of listen and learn something from each other. And that's really what this is about. It's just like community, learning, and shared experiences. Nobody wants to go through this life alone. Nobody wants to feel like what they're going through, they're like the only person. And there's been times in my life where I felt that. I felt like what I was going through was something that's so unique to only me, that nobody knew or understood how I felt. And to some extent, I think that may be true. Like nobody has your life. Nobody has that exact life that you're living. You're so unique, and that's so powerful. And that's why I love these stories, because you are so unique to you. But in the same realm, in the same breath, like your experiences are shared with other people. Like other people may benefit from listening to your story. You may benefit from listening to somebody else's story, just because you can connect on like some kind of level that makes you feel like you're not alone. And if I can help anybody to just feel that way and to take something away from any of these conversations, then I feel like I've succeeded, and that I have accomplished my mission of creating a community and just making sure people feel like if nowhere else in this world you feel like you belong, you can come here and just listen to people talk and feel a part of the community, a part of the world. And I hope that anybody can just get a little bit of a just a little sliver of hope and happiness and love from these conversations. So that's really it. That I just wanted to hop on here and really talk about that and make it known that that's the mission for this podcast. And you know, when I first started this, I didn't really know where this was going to go. I didn't know how I was going to feel about it. And I'm going to be honest, like there's times where I'm like, oh fuck, I don't want to do this today. Like I don't want to get on here and make content and edit the videos and produce it. Like it's a lot of work. Like, there's a lot of behind the scenes, and I'm sure that there's even more that I don't even know of yet that I'm going to come across. But all in all, like I'm enjoying the process. I'm loving the conversations. I'm loving the connections with people. I love like even just like the conversations that I'm having with people, like seeing their faces light up when they talk about something that they love or something that makes them happy, or just like reflecting on their lives and maybe like light bulb moments going off and being like, oh yeah, like I do remember going through that, or I do remember those feelings I was having, and like, wow, like look how far I've come. Like in my last my last conversation that I had, like he said something that really just like hit me was, like, yeah, I have these traumas, but like I've processed them and I went to therapy, I did the work. And for me, I was like, oh, like what an amazing feeling to be like, these were once something that I had as like major traumas in my life and that really affected my day to day. And like I was, maybe going through a dark moment, but I was able to find that platform or find that therapist or friend or whoever that may be. And I was able to process the feelings. And now look at me, I'm here and I'm feeling better about my life. When something comes up and I start feeling that same response from when I had that trauma in the past, like I know where to turn to. I have tools, I have resources. Like I know what I need to do to process these feelings because we all process things different. So again, that was like a revelation I had from just a conversation that I was having with somebody was, oh, like I may be dealing with something. I may be having these behaviors, these thoughts, these feelings for some reason that I maybe can't pinpoint. But if I can find the therapy, find the resources, the tools that help me, then once I process these things and at whatever point in my life, like I start having these hurdles and difficulties again, like I know where to find the tools. I don't have to spend so much time in the darkness as I did before. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Am I making myself clear? Like, once you have the tools to process things and to get through things and you know what works for you, when they come up again, you won't spend years, months, in the darkness. You will maybe spend days to hours to weeks in the darkness until you find the tools that kind of get you back to the light. Does that make sense? I hope that I'm finding the right words as to kind of what I'm trying to convey, the message that I'm trying to convey. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for showing support and being here and allowing me to make this show. Even, there's times that I've released an episode and maybe not a single person listens to it. And I still find just joy and love in it because, for one, when I'm talking, I feel like I can just kind of like process my feelings as I'm going. And like sometimes I'm like, oh, there's something, maybe that I haven't processed or that I need some work on. I can jot that down and take that to wherever I'm processing my feelings. So thanks everybody. That's why I took a break and I am back. We're back with the Mile 17 podcast. The goal from right now, I think we're still going to be doing Monday and Thursday episodes, so twice a week. I'm kind of playing with the idea of maybe going down to one episode per week just to kind of see how that goes. But we'll see. It's up in the air. I'm down to change. I'm subject to change. Thanks, Kelsey Ballerini. So I love that. I love that saying. I love that thought. I love that song. If you haven't listened to Kelsey Ballerini, she has like amazing music, especially her last album, her divorce album, Rolling Up the Welcome Mat. It's a divorce and healing album. Go listen to it. But before that, she had an album called Subject to Change. And just the song Subject to Change is so powerful because we all need to remember that we are subject to change. We're not trees. Like even trees change, but like we are not planted in the ground. We can move, we can change our lives. We don't have to do what we're doing forever. Like if it's not working for you, like move on. And like, oh my god, am I talking to myself right now? Because like I get so fucking stuck in these same cycles of work and, I got to do this, got to do this, got to do this. And like, I know things aren't working and I keep doing it because like, I just know that like, if I do these things, I can pay my bills and live the life that I want to live. And oh my God, like we're not trees. We can do whatever we want. We are human beings. We have, especially if you're even listening to this podcast, like you need to realize how much access you have to the world and how privileged you are. And that's not to say you haven't been through shit. It's not to say you're going through shit right now, but it is a reminder that if you even have access to listening to this podcast right now, or scrolling on YouTube or Instagram or whatever that may be, if you even have a Spotify subscription, you are so freaking privileged, and you need to realize that, and you need to take that privilege and do something amazing with that for yourself, for the world, for other people, for your family. Like, don't sell yourself so short. All right. And that's my message for the day. I hope you all have a fabulous, fantastic, amazing day. And yeah, I'll catch you later. I can't wait to show you more conversations that I'm having. Everybody have a great one. I'll catch you later. Bye.